We got wide open races on both the men's and the women's side. I guess let's start first with the men. Defending champion Albert Carrier is in there. His PB 208, just 208, but has won this race before. Evans Chibet won Boston. He'll be debuting in New York. Shura Katada, Daniel Do Nascimento, Abdi Nagy, who was the Olympic silver medalist in the marathon. On the American side, you got Rupp, you got Leonard Carrier, you got Fauble, Abdi, Martin Hare, Jared Ward, Ben True, and then making his debut is Shadrach Kipchirchir. So on the American side, well, I'll talk about international field. Why don't you break down the Americans in this race? I like Chibet for the win here. He's been very consistent throughout his career. The only thing that worries me would be his New York City debut, and we know this course is unique. It's challenging. It doesn't have pacers. Nagy, I think, could be an interesting guy to get up into the mix. He DNF'd at Worlds this summer as well. And then I guess you obviously can't count out defending champion in Career, but there's only like 4 guys, basically, Gordon, that you feel really good about. Everybody outside those top 4, I think, would be an upset, which leaves room for some Americans to potentially get into the mix and a lot of them to get into the top 10.
Yeah, podium or top 10. Typically, New York gets 1 or 2 Americans on the men's side in the top 10. And it's not necessarily like all-time great Americans.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, you survived. I mean, winning times are typically around 2:08 to 2:10. So it's not like, this isn't Valencia. This isn't Berlin.
Yeah.
But on the American side, obviously, the question is Rupp. How healthy is he?
Yeah.
He said he's doing better. Build up to New York City compared to his build up to World Championships. But he didn't say 100%. He still says he has a lagging, like a nerve situation.
Nerve issue, back issue, yeah.
Yeah, so the days of 2012 Rupp and 2016 Rupp, they're not here.
Right.
Like, it's so as much as we can look at his pedigree, we have to recognize that Rupp is not a surefire the way we think.
But 2021 was good. Got second in Chicago, but that was pre this run of injuries too. Yeah.
So I think there's a chance that Rupp isn't even a top American.
Fair.
Because I think Rupp has, he's just not 100%.
Yeah.
When I think about who could potentially beat a Rupp, I think I go with 2 main people. I believe they're still training partners. Lenny Corrier
and
Shadrach Kipchirchir.
Mm-hmm.
I think Corrier, it's a little bit of a known. I'm not sure where he is. I mean, what's the last time Corrier's run a race? It's been a while.
He hasn't run a marathon since the trials. He's been running on the road, but he hasn't run a marathon since he got 4th in Atlanta.
And so, but 4th in Atlanta was good. I just think Shadrach Kipchirchir, I think we're going to see something special from him.
Debut?
I think it's going to be a great debut. I think it's going to be a top 10 type debut for Kipchirchir. He's, was great at the 10K. That training group does a good job of getting good, marathoners to perform well. I mean, you see what Corrier did, even though he didn't make the team, but 4th place is still 4th place is good at the trials.
Yeah.
Ran the 2:07. So I'm thinking Corrier or Shadrach are kind of the 2 wild cards to potentially beat Rupp and be in the top 10.
John from Let's Run posted an article after talking to Rupp at the press conference, and the title was Galen Rupp sounds like a guy trying to convince himself he's ready to go, which oftentimes that's the case in the marathon press conference because you don't see them run any build-up races,
Yeah.
In the
shorter, it's all based on training, and you don't really know.
In the shorter events, if someone's been running horrible all year and then they show up to the pre-classic press conference and said, I'm going to run 9.7, everybody like, wait, what? Like, what world are you living in?
10-1, bro.
Yeah. But it's like we don't know what's going on. So a lot of these athletes, they're talking themselves up. And then they run the race and they tell you after, oh, yeah, I've been training half of what I normally do, and my leg's broken. Yeah. So this was not going to work well for me. But
I'm blind in my left eye.
Yeah. But I put on a happy face for the press conference and I showed up. I think you're right. He may not be the top American, and I don't know about Kipchirchir in his debut. Career is interesting to me because he's got to have one more in him, right?
Yeah.
One more good one. Like he had that awesome first one in Prague, and he's a huge talent. I guess I'd also be interested in seeing what Hare does. He's still only 29. right? He was the toast of the town for a bit there too. So
Abdi's in the race. We know he's a gamer. He finds a win.
45.
He's probably going to finish like 6th, and everyone's going to be like, oh my God, he just keeps doing it. Keeps doing it. Trying to look at Corrier's latest races. So he got second in the 10K on September 17th. The USA Championships.
Yeah.
10K.
Which tells you nothing because maybe he ran 25 miles the day before. It just is,
Good point.
You don't know.
In May, he did win the 25K Road Racing Championships in Grand Rapids. He did win the USA Half Marathon Championships in May.
Ooh,
So
talking yourself into Leonard Career.
September 5th, the 20K, he was second.
Keep going. Keep going.
15K, he was second. Dude, he's run so much.
Keep going. I told you, yeah, he's been
Cross
active on
country, he was top 4. Men's 8K, he was third.
You're liking this resume.
The Cooper River Bridge Run
Yeah, what
in
place?
Charleston, South Carolina, second.
Okay.
BAA 10K, first.
Predict him for the podium. I want to hear it.
Dude,
Do it. He's your guy, right?
he's my guy. Him and Shadrack are my guys.
Okay. They're on the long list of
I have
Gordon's
a lot.
guys.
I have guys. They're all my
Gordon's
guys. I should do a whole podcast. Who are my guys and who are not my guys?
Okay. Well, I know one who's not your guy. But what do you think about you don't even know it. Could have been anybody.
I know, but
Do you really think you can get top 5? I like that resume. I think he can because
I think yes.
I think the top of this field.
Yes, he's running well. Yeah.
There's some guys here who are legit, but 1 or 2 DNFs or off days, and you're going to get an unexpected result.